Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All About the Music. We are going to be ranking the studio albums by pop punk, Irish punk, Celtic punk, Celtic punk, rock band Flogging Molly. Are you guys ready? I fell in love with this band in the 2000s, and I've always. They just make spectacular albums, and it's really tough to rank them, but here I am trying to do it, and we're just going to jump right in. Okay, so Flogging Molly have a pretty small discography, so this won't take long. We'll just do a quick review of each one and why it is where it is. So, starting off at the bottom of my list, I'm starting from the worst and going to the best, is 2011's Speed of Darkness. It's the only Flogging Molly album that I just don't go back to. It has some decent songs on it, and the title track's okay, but just a lot of the other songs just don't really do anything for me. Do not have a physical copy of that one, so it's just at the bottom of my list. And it's just, I never bought it. I think I downloaded it and I was just not happy with it. And then we're moving on to Life is Good. Flogging Molly album, right? So this one, check it out. Pretty cool album art right there. This one was better. I was happy that Flogging Molly had sort of returned to form on this one after the disappointing Speed of Darkness. So Life is Good, had some really good songs, had some weaker tracks on it. I really love There's Nothing Left Part 1. The Hand of John L. Sullivan is good. Reptiles is great. The title track is good. But there's just some weaker songs on there. From a band that otherwise puts out 100% rocking, stellar albums in all the other cases of their discography. So yeah, starting at the bottom, the worst is Speed of Darkness. Life is Good is a step in the right direction. It's their latest album, and I'm really excited to hear what Flogging Molly does after that. Now let's get into the really good stuff. In my opinion, the really good stuff by Flogging Molly. Most of it's good. Most of their albums are pretty great. And they start being great right here. This is Swagger by Flogging Molly. This is one of their earlier albums, produced by the band themselves. Salty Dog, Selfish Man, The Worst Day Since Yesterday. Every dog has its day, like every woman, she gets her own way. Life in a Tenement Square, The Old Beggar's Bush. The Likes of You Again is a popular song by this band. Black Friday Rule is a really epic 7-minute track on here. They play it live and it goes on for 10 minutes. It's awesome. The Grace of God Go I is an a cappella song. They tend to feature one of these on each album, and they're always pretty dang good, even with no music. The Devil's Dance Floor is a really great track, a real standout from the band. Sentimental Johnny, they love writing about their influence, Johnny Cash, and that's a tribute to him. Far Away Boys ends the album on kind of a slower note for a band that is known for playing ridiculously fast. So yeah, Swagger by Flogging Molly, just a great, beautiful record. Just really good. If you like punk rock or Irish music, you'll like this. Okay, so we're moving on. We're getting into my top 3. That was my bottom. Now this is my top Flogging Molly albums. This was a gift from my parents, and this thing is fantastic. It's on Side One Dummy Records. Starts off with the title track, Drunken Lullabies. What's Left of the Flag was one of the first Flogging Molly songs I heard, and it really grabbed my attention. It grabbed me by the ear, and Flogging Molly have yet to let me go. May the living be dead in your wake. If I ever leave this world alive, I thank you for the Lord in my life. Ruined that. The Kilbourne High Road. Rebels of the Sacred Heart was another one that I heard early on. No ball or chain, no prison shall keep with the rebels of the Sacred Heart. Swagger is actually the title of their earlier album. It was not on there for some reason. It's on this one. That's very strange. It's an instrumental, and it's a very good instrumental. I still am not sure why it's on this one and not the album that it was named after. But Cruel Mistress on here is sang by the bass player. They usually do one of those too. You got Death Valley Queen, Another Bag of Bricks, The Rare Old Times, and the tragic The Sun Never Shines on Closed Doors. It's a song about his mother and how he sort of was exiled for part of his life due to some immigration issues, and it's about how his mother sort of had some feelings about him not being around. It's kind of, super emotional. This band is the absolute king of sad songs. I don't know that Flogging Molly has any happy songs, any happy lyrics at all. Even on Life is Good, I think that title of that album is sort of a joke. They're just very, some just emotionally just fire in this band. Just a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of emotion. So we're moving on to my two favorite Flogging Molly albums. What are you guys' favorite Flogging Molly albums? Please like and subscribe. I'm starting to wear some different clothes. I'm starting not to put crap on my face. So I'm also trying to get rid of the southern accent. Maybe I'll go with an Irish accent. So next up, and this was really tough. These are my two favorite Flogging Molly albums, and they're really, really close. I just sort of have to go when both albums are perfect. I sort of have to go with, I about knocked the dresser over. So I have to go with my gut instinct. And I'm going to go with, next up, for my second favorite Flogging Molly album, I'm going to go with Float. And this one took me by surprise. It was initially a little bit hard to get into. I didn't think it was as good as some of their other albums at first. But after a few plays, this is from 2007, and I have learned that this is, it is their second best album, in my opinion, almost tied for first place with my first pick. You can figure it out if you want to, but don't ruin the surprise, ya people. Just like and subscribe. Don't ruin surprises. So this has got Requiem for a Dying Song, No More Tears for Patty's Lament, and Float. Absolutely love the change in direction on the title track. It's a very, very slow song in terms of Flogging Molly. Most people think that Flogging Molly do not have slow songs. And Float is it's really different. It's a completely different flavor than you are used to hearing by this band. If you are used to hearing this band, they are not very well known in they're not a household name. But Float is a pretty darn good single. You Won't Make a Fool Out of Me is a good one. The Lightning Storm, Punch Drunk Grinning Soul, the sixth track on here, is one of my favorite songs. Us of Lesser Gods is got just depressing stuff. And Between a Man and a Woman is another Johnny Cash tribute, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Between a Man and a Woman, it's everything or nothing at all. Take my words, heal my soul, shake my pride, I'm too proud to let go. Give me the sun and the moon above. If the stars should fall down, only heaven knows. Check that one out. If you don't listen to anything else by Flogging Molly, check out Between a Man and a Woman. From the Back of a Broken Dream carries on with the emotional turmoil of an immigrant misplaced in the world. Again, the same idea of being misplaced and lost in a man with no country. That's a huge deal in the Flogging Molly discography. Is someone who is an immigrant who has come to America and is facing extreme hardship. That's the story so far. That's the end of the album. Pretty cool way to end the album with a song called The Story So Far. This was produced by the band with some help from Ryan Hewitt. He also recorded and mixed it. And we're going to take a look at this one. Oh man, look at that. Ooh. Yeah, that. And then there's the album. There's the back cover. Really beautiful digipack. CD is in there. Check out this doorway. And you got, check out, there's the whole band there. There's a dog. A cat. There's a dog and a cat on there. There's a table. Let's take a look at the booklet. Ooh. Ooh, very nice booklet. Very beautiful lyric pages. You get pictures of the band. You get pictures of them recording. Check out that nice bass guitar. Drums. There's somebody holding Rural Decay. What is that? So you got instrumentation. You got Dave King, Dennis Casey, Matthew Hensley, Nathan Maxwell, Bridget Reagan, Robert Smith, and George Smith, the Smith brothers. Rural Decay is a traditional song that they added. They do that too on a lot of their songs. Will have a transition at the end from. There's a cool guitar picture if you like guitars. Yeah, Flogging Molly they will often have a song sang by their bass player, and then they will often have a song that's a cappella. Then they will often have a third thing that they do on most of their albums is throw in a little verse or something, or a little feature of a traditional song from the past. So are you guys ready for the best Flogging Molly album? Did you see it? Oh man, don't look. The best Flogging Molly album of all time. It's here's the back of it. Here's the side of it. And you saw it. It is 2004's Within a Mile of Home. The most emotionally charged record that this band has ever created. Is produced by Ted Hutt, and this thing, just from beginning to end, is an absolute banger. Absolutely love everything about this album. Take a look at the beautiful artwork here. There's the CD. We'll get you a look inside the CD. No other music reviewers doing what I'm doing, guys. Nobody else is doing these reviews as in depth. Look at these booklets. I absolutely love when a band puts a lot of thought into the booklets. You got a great feature by Lucinda Williams. There's Dave King looking snazzy with his red hair. There's his, she is now his wife. They've actually, this is a rare band where band members got married. That's pretty cool. I did not know that they were romantically involved. but they were. So you got another. So Queen Anne's Revenge is the bass player on lead vocals. That's pretty cool. There's another member there. That is Dennis Casey. Then you got Robert Smith here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool album. You got you got Matt. You got Matt there, Matt Mann. Yeah, this album, I cannot say enough about this album. But you got Lucinda Williams. You got some other guest musicians on here doing different things. But this is just, well, let me get it back up here for you. This right here, absolute best Flogging Molly album of all time. It kicks off with Screaming at the Wailing Wall. Back in 2004, this was an extremely anti-Bush song, George Bush Jr. The Seven Deadly Sins was a single from this record. It had a kind of a weird, unusual, animated kind of video. Factory Girls is the one I was talking about that's got a vocal feature by Lucinda Williams. Really, really love her a lot. And this album actually got me listening to her music in addition to Flogging Molly. So track 4 is it was on some compilations, some punk rock compilations. To Youth, My Sweet Roisin Dub. I'm not sure what a Roisin Dub is. Do you guys know? But yeah, what the heck is a Roisin Dub? My Roisin Dub. Anyway, track 5 on here, Whistles the Wind, is the saddest song of all time. If you guys want to just break down in tears listening to rock and roll, Whistles the Wind just features some of the... I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry talking about it. Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna go back to that. The Light of a Fading Star is pretty good. Pop rock tune. Tobacco Island is a lot of fun, too. Then you got an acapella on the 8th track. All in the wrong company. It's about the devil and drinking and alcoholism. Track 9 is Tomorrow Comes a Day Too Soon. I'm going to give you guys some other vocal images to look at. Images. I'm a stutterer. Man, you learn a lot about yourself when you put yourself on camera, I tell you. That southern accent is driving me nuts. Ah! Queen Anne's Revenge is great. Like I said, it was a different vocalist on that one. Awesome. The Wanderlust, Within a Mile of Home. Absolutely love like the suspense of and the heartbreak of... This is another one that gets me kind of emotional. It's about like we'll dive into the lyrics in a minute, but like you were there, you were so close, and you would have been within a mile of home. The Spoken Wheel is another good one. With a Wonder and a Wild Desire is great. And the album ends on Don't Let Me Die, Still Wondering. This band just faces death and mortality head on like no other rock band. Like I said, Screaming at the Wailing Wall is kind of an angry rant about George W. Bush. With the bombed out cars, come the heavens will never know. Let's see, Seven Deadly Sins is amazing. Sail away with no ball and chain can keep us from the roaring waves. Together undivided, but forever we'll be free. So sail away aboard the rig, the moon is full and so are we. We're 7 drunken pirates, we're the 7 deadly sins. I love how they're talking about the 7 band members. That's a pretty awesome way to acknowledge reality in a song. And you don't hear a lot of musicians doing that. Suffer who suffer all can swim upon the desert where avarice has ravaged all in spite of good intentions. But fill your mouth with gluttony, for pride will surely swell. But nothing's unforgiven in the four corners of hell. So sail away aboard a rig, the moon is full and so are we. Blood of dark and silence were the seven deadly sins. Some really spectacular lyrical gymnastics by the likes of Dave King. We'll never see the likes of you again. So he's just his vocabulary, and it might just be the difference in the dialect, but he's got some really strong big words in his lyrics. And the duet with Lucinda Williams about drinking Coca-Cola and washing your filthy sheets. She hears a chorus of factory girls singing, ain't it all? Empty are their pockets, but their voices are filled with songs. And then there's a little introduction of a traditional song inserted here. Come day, go day, wishing my heart it was Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week and whiskey on a Sunday. And then there's another traditional part added at the end of Factory Girls. Slayed Richard and his court of kings. He stole my heart and many other things. But me, I took his crown. Wish he was here to steal it now. This guy's a lyrical genius, man. To youth, my sweet Roshim dub. You guys know what a Roshim dub is? Anyway, we got to talk about the song that's making me cry. I don't know what I was going through when I heard this song. But whistles the wind, blowing my way, sweeping me back here to stay. Can winners be losers running on the same track? While some head for glory, others we crash. This is the chorus. Well, it breaks my heart to see you this way. The beauty in life, where's it gone? And somebody told me you were doing okay. But somehow I guess they were wrong. Now, my isolation. Now there's a sobering thought. A minute alone, a lifetime too long. See the face in this mirror, so pale it could crack. Desperately wanting the color it lacks. Then the chorus. And then here's some more verses. So you drank with the lost souls for too many years, tied to their ankles, now crippled with fear. Never been righteous, though seldom were wrong. Some excellent wordplay. Life's only life with you in this song. Now there's an ocean between where I am and where I want to be. So you prayers in doubt, doubt not for me. Whistles the wind, whistles the wind, whistles the wind, whistles the wind. How many YouTubers cry for you guys? Huh? How many? How many people are putting out content like this? Okay? I'm just a guy that likes music. A lot. Though you'll find your way out, but there's no going now. Every woman and child drags you down for the dive. It's not safe being free. Can't give back what you feel. He said you'll always be in heaven with me. I don't know what it is. Go listen to Whistles the Wind. Okay, go listen to Whistles the Wind right now and see if it gets you choked up like this. Next song is kind of upbeat, The Light of a Fading Star. It's a lot of political madness. Volunteers are forgotten. The battle songs are being sung. Tobacco Island is a nice upbeat call to arms. All to hell we must sail for the shores of sweet Barbados, where the sugar cane grows taller than the God we once believed in. The butcher and his crowd rape the land we used to sleep in. Now tomorrow chimes of ghostly crimes that haunt Tobacco Island. So it takes place in 1659. A forgotten story where they dragged us from the homeland. They battled shackled hopes of freedom. Darken the horizon, blacken the sun, the rotten cage of Bridgetown, red leg down a peg, blister burns the soul, the floggings there are plenty, but reasons there are none. Just some excellent visual imagery in the lyrics, as always. The Wrong Company. This is an a cappella one, so... Well, I fell into prison about 2:45, where I found in my cell a glass waiting for me. So I filled what was empty, and I pulled up a stool, but he stood in the corner. The old devil wouldn't move. He said, you drink when you're lonely. No, I drink when I want. He said, you'll never be sober. Sure, why would I want that? I only drink to be merry. But unfortunately, I'm in the wrong prison cell and the wrong company. Oh, man. That's so heartbreaking. Tomorrow comes a day too soon. He said, I left my home where the dead never rose, for the streets of gold I've yet to find. And at the end of the day, all you can do is pray. Without hope, you might as well be blind. Tomorrow comes a day too soon. Lyrical genius. Queen Anne's Revenge is a nice change of pace with someone else singing lead, as I said. Trains are rolling. We get a glimpse. The title track of Within a Mile of Home, that one kind of got me emotional there too. Dust falls on the empty halls of my old school, where the memory fades like the casualty of a forgotten fool. Now wide-eyed has become the blind, unspoken rule. Deeper, only deep is now the word. The lesson's not the answer you once heard. Don't turn your back on me, don't ever let me down. She said I picked you up each time before you hit the ground. Your selfish face is now erased when someone mentions you, and the darkness that you left is all but stepped aside. With disappearing clouds the sun arise within a mile of home. Worry, oh my worry, has it been that long? The whistles keep on blowing, but the tune's gone. His empty frame cannot explain there's nothing left inside. So sing to me a song from yesterday, when laughter filled the tears that we now make. The laughter drank these tears before the promises that now slip away. Don't turn your back on me. Don't turn your back on me. Don't ever let me down. We are within a mile. We are within a mile. Within a mile of home. We are within a mile. We are within a mile. Within a mile of home. Let's see. Where does it say about the person almost there? If only you had seen what I now see, and turned the corner where you would have been within a mile of home. Wow. This is just such an emotional album. From the baby that cries to this grown man's feet. So I will pave this road to glory, sets our broken spirit free. From every cross-soaked nail pours endless rain, with tears no eye should see. But they could fill our highest ocean, and the rivers in between. With every blade that flowers must grow, then drown with love our cruelest sea. You get a little bit of happiness with a wonder and wild desire, and then the album ends with "Don't Let Me Die, Still Wondering." Pretty interesting. I think some of the lyrics in their booklet are kind of misplaced on some of the songs. But yeah, this is why I love Flogging Molly. They get me all crying like a baby, and this album in digipack form is just beautiful in every way. If you want to hear some really great rock and roll, and you like '90s rock and roll or 2000s rock and roll, check this band out. They're relatively unknown. They've had some success, and they're very good. Very good band. I've seen them live in concert. We're going to go through again. We had that one. I didn't have Speed of Darkness. Then we had that one. Then we had this one, second favorite, and then this one. All right, guys. Like and subscribe. See you guys later.